Shoaib Akhter in a moment or two will be able to get down to the business of bowling. He's flown across from Perth, and this is his first ball.
Straight on line too. Crowd giving him rousing support. He acknowledged that support as well. I think there's sections in the crowd mentioning the troubles he's had in the past couple of weeks as well. His handling by the ICC.
Hello, Mr. Harper. It's no ball if it's above the batsman's shoulder, standing upright.
Ricky Ponting measured the height of that one. Darryl Harper didn't see it the same way. Ricky's probably thinking, glad that wasn't straight. The enjoyment's evident already of this big crowd at the Gabba. He's got Ponting playing a shot which probably wasn't on. Got the crowd buzzing. He's got the umpires on edge. The Pakistanis are just desperate for that edge. They'll take inside or outside.
Gilchrist came down the pitch just to have a little word, not quite in Ponting's ear, but that's enough to tell him just to steady down, concentrate on the thing in hand, which is not trying to throw Shoaib Akhter out into Stanley Street, but just to keep the partnership going.
This will be a new crowd noise for the Australians and for anyone playing here. Arrive at Sydney or maybe even Melbourne, with the crowd being so close to the ground here in Brisbane. And it's in that atmosphere that you don't hear your partner, and it's important to maintain that partnership. Gilchrist doing really well, telling Ricky Ponting just to play straight, nice and solid, let this crowd die down, don't give them too much to cheer about. Sliding off the wicket there. Sliding from Moeen Khan's gloves as well.
End of the over, 1 for 38.
He's brought the Gabba alight. His first over, after a fantastic reception by the crowd. Bang on target there with the first one. Very fast bouncer. Working himself a single. Gilchrist misses it. Nolan can't. Very good pace right from the word go. At the end of the over, the Brisbane crowd here gave him a fantastic reception, which he acknowledges. He says, thanks for having me.
No shortage of flashlights going off. Hundreds and hundreds of them in the crowd. We've got a crowd of about 37,500. So I suppose from the sight of it, it'll be thousands and thousands rather than hundreds and hundreds of flashes going off just as Shoaib Akhter is bowling. In the game at square leg now. Well, I don't know, Mr. Dalmier's watching back in India, but I did read that there'd obviously be no bouncers because bouncers are not part of the one-day game.
Well, Ricky Ponting will be sending a little telex over there to say thank you very much, as if pace and bounce is not enough. With hundreds of flash bulbs to contend with. It's like the Olympic 100-metre final here.
That looked as though it came back quite sharply at Ponting. Bit of movement off the seam there.
Landing in, zeroing in on off stump. Maybe a little high. It's been spot on right from the word go. Brute of a bouncer that he bowled Ponting. Got it straight, just a little high. Not easy to face, especially with all those flashes going off.
Such an ordinary run-of-the-mill limited overs match. Had all the hype of the past week to do with Shoaib Akhter. He's out, then he's brought back in by the chairman of the ICC. Then we had today where he has flown over from Perth, having said that he wouldn't play in the first two matches. Stepped off the plane, came to the ground, got into his gear, and here he is.
Australian 50 up. And they look like they mean business as well, the Australian batsmen.
Well, that's beautifully picked. That was the slower ball, and Ponting played it delightfully. Most wonderful coordination there.
Fields from behind the wicket had moved up. They were ready for the slower ball. The off spinner, and Ricky Ponting just goes with the spin. Wacko Yunus skipped off the grass and it skipped past him. Beat him for pace down at fine leg.
Shot from Ricky Ponting. It's 1 for 58. Pakistan made 184. Australia 2 for 62 in reply. Ponting is 28. Bevan is on 2. Shoaib Akhter, the bowler from the Stanley Street end. And Bill Laurie's in the commentary box. With him is Mark Taylor.
Thank you, Richie Beno, and a good time to come in as well. Shoaib Akhter generating some pace. The loss of wicket of Gilchrist. Shout for LBW here going down leg side, but worth a shout. He was a long way across, was Ricky Ponting.
Geez, Bill, I'll be going up there. That was a lot closer than I think Ricky Ponting thought it was. Went a long way across there, Ricky Ponting. Shoaib Akhter was certainly up. It's just outside off stump. There's a bit of angle on it, so seemed a little bit, but I'll tell you what, that's fairly close. May have only been a bit high. I don't think it was going down leg side.
Just can't understand why Wasserman has to bowl Australia out here. 180 odd's not a big score. Get Michael Bevan to the crease, who's a little bit suspect against the short pitch delivery, and there's no Goey in, or leg Goey, one or the other, to try and crowd him up. Shoaib Akhtar's very lively. They've got the man now coming into the position there, and now no one's having a word to the skipper, but no change. Just the 2 catches on the offside and a big gap between slip and point. Wonderful atmosphere at the Gabba. The New York Gabba under lights is superb. What an ovation they gave Shoaib Akhter too. They appreciated this young man's had a pretty rough trot over the last month.
This lot of ground 2 counts there, Bill. I can't work out why the field's not a little bit more attacking. No doubt that if Pakistan are to win this game, they have to bowl Australia out. Australia already 63 runs off 13 overs, so the run rate's not going to be a problem. Pakistan need 10 wickets to win the game. I also think the Australian public wanted to see Shoaib Akhter, and they were delighted when he came on to bowl tonight. Probably got as big a ovation as anyone today when he came on to bowl, and I thought it was great to see.
Really is a good athlete. He runs in very quickly. Good strong action. There's a real buzz around this crowd. There's flashlights going off all over the place. It's a beautiful evening.
I think his only problem, Bill, might be that he may burn out. He's been on an aircraft for about 5 or 6 hours today, all the way from Perth to get to the Gabba to play today.
Well played by Bevan. He finds a gap at cover point. Outfield very quick. Big draw cards in cricket are normally the batsmen that make big totals. Guys like Shane Warne, an exciting young fast bowler, was sent with Brett Lee in the test matches. And this young man striding at a beautiful athlete.
Very strong action. Doesn't leave too much in the bag either when he lets it go. He throws everything into it, Shoaib Akhter.
Two for 66. Oh, there it goes. There's no extra slip in, and Ponting gets 4. If you don't attack, you don't win when you're defending small totals.
This with extra bounce, good thick edge, no third slip, 4 runs. Ricky Ponting looks to be in tremendous form, carrying on from the last 3 or 4 test matches. Started the season disastrously, 3 or 4 ducks.
There goes, the time, he's gone! Second slip, takes the catch, the young fast bowler gets a wicket. That's a big wicket, the wicket of Ricky Ponting. Well caught at second slip. It's 3 for 72.
Excellent catch and second slip from Mohammad Wasim. That was going very quickly. It was a wide ball from Shoaib Akhter. Ricky Ponting threw everything bar the kitchen sink at it, and an excellent catch by Mohammad Wasim. Took that very well. That's a big breakthrough for Pakistan. Ricky Ponting departs for 32. Australia now 3 for 72.
Steve Waugh, 277 one-day internationals. Average of 31, a strike rate of 74.7. Shoaib Akhter's the bowler. Oh, close, he's got it! He's on a hat-trick! Shoaib Akhter's got 2. Steve Waugh's not happy, but at least there was inside edge. That was plumb. All of a sudden, it's 4 for 72 at the Gabba.
Well, it's Ricky Ponting. It's a wide one, Ricky Ponting, that started the rock for Australia. A very good catch from Mohammad Wasim at second slip. Steve Waugh came in and first ball. He's back and across, and that's out. It's a very good decision. Shoaib Akhter is on a hat-trick.
Wow. New look Gabba. Full house. First wicket to Shoaib Akhter. Back in the side, flown across from Perth. Good catch at second slip, and then very first ball, the great Stephen Waugh. Back to Ricky Ponting, slashing away. Well caught. Judged to perfections. And then Stephen Waugh, first ball, stump to stump. That's plumb in front.
Well, Steve Waugh didn't seem all that happy as he departed. I suggest he may have got an inside edge. It's highish on the pad, but I don't really think it's going over. Certainly in line. Doesn't appear to be an inside edge there. I think that's out. It's a good decision. Shoaib Akhter, after flying 5 or 6 hours all the way from Perth, comes to the Gabba on a hat-trick. Damien Martin, he's going to face the hat-trick ball.
Still no gully in, just the 2 slips, a short mid-wicket. This full house buzzing here at the Gabba. It's a good comeback by Pakistan. In comes Shoaib Akhter on a hat-trick. Oh, it was perfect, wasn't it? He knew he had it right, and it was well played by Damien Martin. Spot on, good length at the stumps. The perfect hat-trick ball. The batsman just good enough to get some bat on it.
Perfect. Would have hit middle stump about halfway up. Damien Martin did very well. There's hundreds of flashlights going off too. Shoaib Akhter let that one go. Damien Martin did very well.
Oh, very tentative push there by Damien Martin. It's not easy in a dressing room. You come out under lights, only chasing a reasonable target, 184 on the board by Pakistan, and all of a sudden 4 for 72 Australia. Ponting was in superb form, 32 off 31. Gilchrist 27 off 38. The War brothers have gone. Bevan's not out, 7. Damien Martin yet to score. Wonderful atmosphere, one-day internationals, full house, good competitive game now. Pakistanis with their tails up. Wonderful over. 4 for 72 Australia. Let's get back to extreme catches competition. It's all been happening here at the Gabba. Shoaib Akhter from the Stanley Street end. Got the crowd at the edge of their seats. 4 overs, 2 for 18.
Shoaib Akhter, his previous over, moved 2 of the Australian batsmen. Thick edge, Ricky Ponting through third slip, then the wicket. Well caught, second slip by Mohammed was in. Steve Waugh, first ball, LBW. Damien Martin, that was the hat-trick ball, right on the money. Excellent over, excellent line and length, very good pace. Full credit to him. Very tough, well, 2 or 3 weeks really. And to be on a plane for 5 or 6 hours and do what he's done tonight's a tremendous achievement. Full marks to him. It's important now that Pakistan continue to attack, which they're doing, because Michael Bevan will be out there thinking that he's got something like 33 overs left to make these runs. He'll be just trying to occupy the crease. See this Shoaib Akhter attack off, pick off the runs later in the innings. So it's very important that Pakistan and Wasim Akram don't sit back now. They have to continue to attack. Australia got Andrew Simons to come, and then the bowlers. Good opportunity for Ian Thorpe.
Jumping. I think they could do with a short leg, a leg go, just put a little bit extra pressure on. Sure, we're getting a fraction tight. It's quite warm in Brisbane, but maybe a leg goey. Just to keep the pressure on the batsman. 4 for 75. Big gap there between square leg and deep fine leg on the onside. This guy's getting in about the rib area to the left-hander. Pakistan would have put a leg gully in and even a conventional gully on the offside. Maybe a man in there somewhere and also a man in there, just catching in there. Bring one of these men out of the circle. Force Bevan to play a few more shots. Might change his game then. At the moment, Michael Bevan will be very content just to see Akhter off. Slowing down this over, getting a fraction tired, just keeping the ball up rather than buying express delivery. Be a long day for him. Across from Perth, about 4:30 in the morning to catch the plane across to Brisbane. Hasn't let his captain down this evening. He's been superb. And wonderful ovation from the crowd. It was heartwarming, really. They don't like to see a sportsman getting kicked around too often, the Australian public. He responded to this young man this evening. Maiden over 12 ball.